27.
How's that? Which one should I cover? Me? Okay. All right. I think personally, this is one of the most tangible, kind of real, very objective issues of personal transformation that we're going to just look at today briefly. I think it's amazing. It's huge stuff. Lindsay, you don't have the kids today.
Yeah, I'm just going in at 2 instead of this early in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Chapter 27, Mastered by Feelings. I was going to ask Chelsea to lead us in with Neil Diamond's song. Feelings, nothing more than feelings.
Neil Diamond.
That's Robert. It's Morris.
Yeah.
It's not Neil Diamond. It's what's his name? Something Morris.
Yeah.
Trying to forget my feelings. I thought that was Neil Diamond, dude.
No, it's
Whatever. Van Morrison?
No.
no, something Morris.
Okay.
We'll find out. We'll let you know by the end of the time.
Okay. Let's go. I'll read.
Come to us.
Feelings live in the front row of our lives like unruly children, clamoring for attention. No one can succeed in mastering feelings who tries to take them head on and resist and redirect them by the willpower in the moment of choice. Those who continue to be mastered by their feelings, such as anger, fear, sexual attraction, desire for food, need for looking good, or the residues of woundedness, are typically persons who in their heart of hearts believe that their feelings must be satisfied. They've long chosen the strategy of resisting their feelings instead of changing or replacing them. This creates a ruined person who makes himself God in his world or her world. By contrast, the person who happily lets God be God accepts that feelings do not have to be fulfilled. Achieving this new vision of oneself requires openness to radical change, careful instruction, an abundant supply of divine grace. For most people, this comes only after they hit bottom and discover the hopelessness of their path. They cannot envision who they would be without the fears, the angers, the lusts, the power ploys, and the woundedness they learned in the home, school, and playground. But with this new vision, they now see themselves as ones being transformed to characterize the inner being of Jesus Christ. Now they can stop being persons who spend hours fantasizing sexual indulgences or revenge, or who try to dominate or injure others in attitude, word, or in deed. Now they will not repay evil for evil, push for push, blow for blow, taunt for taunt, contempt for contempt. They will not be always on the hunt to satisfy the lusts of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. At first, such persons have no idea who they will be if they put off the old person involving the wrong feeling and put on the new person involving the good feeling. Too long for the identity of a mere apprentice of Jesus is the starting point from which a new identity emerges. How would you finish the sentence? Who would I be if I weren't? And then perhaps you might say moody or passionate, often euphemism for opinionated, particular as a perfectionist, or funny, which may take the form of merciless tease or sarcastic wit. We've known ourselves to be a certain way for so long. We've heard people say, she's just that way. And it has become part of our identity. One man I knew didn't feel really alive unless he was in a rage. Today's experiment. Picture an imaginary conversation with someone who knows you well. Ask this person what he or she would change about you if it was possible. Then put yourself in the presence of God and read these verses to God. Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to the earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. Because of these, the wrath of God is coming. You used to walk in these ways in the life that you once lived, but now you must also rid yourself of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, filthy language from your lips. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices and have put on the new self, which is being renewed in the knowledge, in the image of its creator. Colossians 3, verse 5 to 10. Pray asking God one of these questions: is it really possible to put to death whatever belongs to my earthly nature? Is it really possible to take off my old self with its practices? And is it really possible to put on the new self, which is being renewed in the knowledge of the image of my creator? If you wish, continue going over the last phrase, asking God to give you a glimpse of what it would look like to be renewed in the knowledge and the image of your creator. This is part of what God wants for you.